Why do I want to connect with my inner child? Hi, Sparkles. This is episode 133 of the Intuitive Wisdom Podcast. When I spent time connecting with Spirit, asking for clarity and guidance for our January sessions, Archangel Zadkiel stepped forward and showed me the power of bringing awareness to your inner child. Today on the show, we're talking about what your inner child is, what it means to reconnect, and my experiences working with inner child meditations. Here we go. Hi, and welcome to Intuitive Wisdom. I am your host, Kay Margaret Solorio. I am an author, spiritual teacher, and certified angel Reiki master. I believe that all the answers you seek are inside you. When you learn to discern between the ego and the intuition, tune into spirit, you can hear that whisper, your intuitive wisdom, answering your questions and showing you the next right step. On this podcast, we explore that connection and the good that happens in the world when you learn to hear your intuition, trust your intuitive wisdom, and allow your magic. Quick announcements before we get to the episode. My book is now available on Kindle. The title is Make Ease Your Vibe. It's a self-help book with mindset, energy, and time strategies to make ease your daily vibe. Paperback version releases February 2nd. I will include a link in the show notes below. This month, our topic of my membership and group programs is Inner Child. You can join me live on Zoom this week for a guided meditation. Sign up at deliciousease.com/services. And lastly, I'm finishing up details on a new course called Connect with Your Spirit Guide. It's a 3-part audio series plus workbook where you will learn to open that door and start the communication with your own spirit guide or guardian angel. All right, let's get back to the episode. Have you reconnected with your inner child? Your inner child is the part of you that holds all of your childhood emotions and experiences, both positive and negative. Mental health experts and philosophers both agree that the inner child can affect your feelings, reactions, and behaviors as an adult. You are the same spirit now as ever as when you were a child. Your perspective and your experiences and your physical body have changed, but you take you with you wherever you go. When I spent time connecting with Spirit, asking for clarity and guidance for our January group programs, Archangel Zadkiel stepped forward and showed me the power of bringing awareness to your inner child. For most of my adult life, I've thought of my childhood as difficult, painful, and I didn't want to remember it. A couple years ago, as part of my spiritual awakening journey, I began working with an inner child meditation, where I could meet my inner child, listen to her, and give her the love and guidance I craved. Every time I have the courage to sit with one of these meditations, I learn, grow, and release. I always get better. The basis for all this work is love and acceptance. Love is the highest vibration, is spirit's vibration. There is no need to dive into painful memories or sort out traumas at this point. If you feel that need, please seek out a medical professional. Today, we're simply bringing awareness and being open to receiving angelic energy, but also information about yourself, right? This whole journey is about you getting to know you and learning you and how best to operate as you and be satisfied as you and experience joy and feel good. So I want to share a couple things about my experiences with inner child meditations. As I mentioned, it took me a while to feel brave, but opening that door has been nothing but good. It has brought back positive memories. It has been one of the things that has most boosted my confidence over the past couple of years. And I have, how do I say it? Two thoughts coming through at the same time. First, spirit only shows you, or for me, it's show. I'm a very visual person. So when I do energy healing, often I get signs and symbols and messages visually, but also in my own mind's eye, for me, a lot visual. So when I meditate, I see a lot. It's like watching a movie almost. So with inner child meditations, especially, but with any kind of energy work in general, spirit only brings through what you are ready for. So it's only loving, positive messages. You never have to be afraid. Our ego helps us be fearful and tries to keep us safe from trying something new. But really, if you decide to open that door, I have found nothing but positive results. And I don't get like flooded with information. There's usually one thing that I'm bringing awareness to and healing, or energetically letting go of, or whatever needs to happen. It's usually one thing per meditation, the perfect amount for me to handle. And it's, like I said, that reconnection and that release is unique. It is unlike other things I have experienced and appreciated and been gifted through meditation. So another interesting thing that I've experienced, and I don't know if others have, I haven't had these conversations a lot about this type of meditation, so I'd be super curious to hear what you have to say. In my experience, when I first started the inner child meditations, when I went back and met, so it was kind of like you get into the calmer state, into the meditative state, and then I imagined going into a garden, and my inner child was there as well, and then we could interact or communicate or play or sit or whatever needed to happen to understand. So the environment changed the more I was willing to do these kind of meditations. Like in the beginning, it was kind of dark and sad, like I was worried about, but it became lighter and lifted. And then I would go back and they were much lighter. I was always playing or working in the garden, but the activity my inner child was doing was usually different. And another cool thing I thought was when I first started, my inner child was pretty young. And the more I do this, she's older. The most recent one I did, she was 20, and not young. So it almost feels like I'm growing up again. Like I have that safe space, like some of the things that I was not ready to address as a kid, that I needed to process emotionally or understand or just feel. I mean, that's the simple part of it. Just feel things. And I was not ready or capable of that. Giving myself this safe space to do that, it releases, and I'm not there yet. It's not there anymore. It's like I'm not stuck there anymore. And I can be proud and I can be loving. And in this most recent one, I did one this morning when, like I said, I was 20 and I just had this overwhelming feeling. I have children now too, so that I think helps me understand the perspective of spirit to us and this unconditional love. But I had this overwhelming feeling that I love you so much, I can't help it. I can't help but love you. And that's the message from spirit all the time, everywhere. And so this is another beautiful window into that love and that high vibration. All right, Sparkles, that's what I have for you today. If you are interested in joining me live on Zoom for an inner child guided meditation, again, we're doing that this week as part of my group programs. Please check out my website, deliciousease.com. /services with an S. We'll get you to the link to sign up. Otherwise, you're welcome to contact me for access to that meditation. And until then, please know that you are loved and that everything is happening for you. See you next week. Hey, Sparkles. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Intuitive Wisdom Podcast. If you haven't already, click subscribe and follow. And if you love this episode, please leave a review and share it on Instagram and tag me at Delicious Ease. That's DELICIOUSEASE, so that I can say thank you. Every review helps another person find this podcast and learn to welcome their own intuitive wisdom. You can download your free 20-minute guided ideal day meditation on my website, deliciousease.com. Again, that's DELICIOUSEASE.com. And have you bought my book yet? Now available on Amazon, be sure to find my book, Make Ease Your Vibe, for mindset, energy, and time strategies that help you raise your vibration and enjoy the life you live. See you next week.